What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Almirons Army. We're on episode 2. The first one is out there in the wild now, and like we stated on episode 1, there was going to be a big time difference between episode 1 and episode 2, within good reason, because I wanted to hear your guys' feedback on the series. Obviously, it's a community series, so I did want as many of you guys as possible to get involved, as you guys did let me know in the comments for the last episode that some of you are looking into it, and you did obviously give me some great feedback on the series itself, which we're going to get into today's episode. Let's get on with it. Okay, so a quick one before we get into episode 2 then. I just wanted to address some of the questions that I got for episode 1 before we move on with the series. Just to sort of reiterate the rules section of the first video. So I did have a couple of questions about budgets and marquee players and stuff like that. So very quickly, I'm going to simplify it even more. Pretty much you pick a marquee player. Obviously I picked Almirón. The only rule, I guess, is that he has to play in every single sort of competition or whatever. So whoever your marquee player is, he pretty much has to be in the gallery at all times. And then yeah, you have £20. You can do whatever you want with that. You can trade, you can buy, yeah, literally do whatever you want with the £20 budget. If you're good at trading, you can make more money, make profit margins and go into better competitions and stuff like that. Feel free to do so. It's literally just your marquee player is the only one that can really, like, so for example, if you get 100 bomb with your marquee player, that's what gives you the additional £5. And then obviously the decisives are for any players, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can play as many lineups or whatever competitions really you want. But obviously for me personally, I'll be playing just MLS with Almirón. Yeah, pretty much. So hopefully that simplifies it even more. If you guys still don't understand, then obviously comment on this video and I'll reply to your comment. Okay, so because my recording batch or sessions have just started now, obviously, like we have already stated, the gap between the first and the second episode is going to be quite big. There's probably going to be lots of different clips sort of cut up into this episode. So if you look and it's sort of like, I'm wearing different t-shirts or look a bit different as the video goes on, then you know why. It's going to be quite a lot of different days put into this video. As you guys, you know how much effort I like to put into videos like this. So every single day we're on the Almirón sort of grind, and it's just whether or not I have anything to show you as to whether or not I record. But yeah, I've decided to pick up myself another classic card to add to the gallery. Obviously, in the last episode, you guys saw the 5-man stack that we went with, but I decided it's always good to have backups. I do recommend you guys doing this as well if you have budget. Just get another man just in case of injuries and stuff. So we went with Eric Shevchenko, super cheap, and as you can see, fantastic scorer, and might even break into the first 5 players, but yeah, I mean, that's up for debate. We did spend £1. I don't know why it says £1.08. We did spend £1.03. I don't know if you guys are having the same weird thing with sorry at the minute. Yeah, 103. I don't know. I put 103. And we put that on the spreadsheet. So we have £7 and 78 pence of the budget left to spend, and I don't think I'm going to spend any more of that, because like I said in the last episode, we are trying to get to in-season, but I thought, but we could even potentially sell this man for profit. Obviously depends where classic prices go. You would assume they probably go down, not up, but who knows with the market nowadays. Maybe people start to panic just before the MLS starts and they start buying people and the prices go up. If that is the case and in season do go down, then I might even have an in season game week 1 team, who knows. But yeah, as things stand, we've picked up Eric as sort of like an additional player just in case of injuries. And yeah, let's see where the week takes us. Okay, so we are a couple of days on now, and a couple of moves have been made. Now, Escobar unfortunately had to exit the gallery because apparently there were some rumours, or I got a message from MDK saying that there are apparently some rumours that he was unhappy where he was at. So I thought, you know what, I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to get rid of him. Obviously, we brought in Eric, as you saw in the last batch of recording. So yeah, we didn't really need to risk anything like him leaving the MLS and then we make a big loss. So we actually sold him for I believe about £2. You're just gonna have to trust me. I can't bother to go find it, but yeah, we sold him for about £2. And you can see that we have bought ourselves an Anthony. We managed to win him on bid. I feel like under £6 was obviously what I was going for Woods. Yeah, he's had a good preseason, so I'm hoping that he does well. Obviously, an in-season card as well, so we can obviously still play him in the classic competition. But I have thought that my next step might be to try and sell Arango for profit. That would be. And then maybe look into buying another midfielder, an in-season one for, or maybe a defender or midfielder for under £5. You can see budget at the minute is £3.96, so that is because obviously we sold um, Escobar. So we bought Escobar for £1.85, and we sold him for £1.97. There you go. So a little bit of a profit on Escobar, but obviously we weren't selling him for profit. We're just selling him to to not miss out on that, or for him to move, should we say. And of course, because we bought Anthony, we do actually have a box, because obviously it's early access and you get rewarded for winning auctions at the moment. So this is already a return from obviously our £5 investment, and we are picking up free essence. Lovely. So I've added a little essence tab here, so we can keep track of roughly how much essence we've pulled back over the season as well. So yeah, looking like we've got free essence, and yeah, we've got £3.96 left. So the plan from here, obviously you guys will be seeing as I cut to it, but my plan before we cut to the next stage is to hopefully sell Arango and pick up another in-season midfielder, just because we might be able to squeeze into the in-season competition before the first game week. Hopefully, that's the plan. But obviously, we need a defender and a midfielder to do so. So yeah, hopefully we can get one that is budget friendly. But yeah, let's cut to that. Okay, so whilst recording Almirons Army episode 2, Sorare have decided to drop an MLS blog on the ultimate guide, and something very cool in this blog. If you scroll down to other scouting tips, you can see that Sorare have actually linked one of my videos, the MLS starting goalkeeper video, which is like crazy to me, like obviously didn't expect Sorare to do that. So when they've done it, it's just sort of took me by surprise. I'm like, wow, it sort of takes you back when stuff like this happens, because you just think like, obviously it's just making videos for you guys, but then when it actually reaches, I guess a mainstream audience, or it hits a bigger crowd of people, you're just like almost surprised that it happened. But obviously I took loads of time to do this video, so I do really appreciate Sorare for doing so. But yeah, it made me look into the analytics of the channel a little bit more, and I did actually realise something that quite surprised me, to be honest. But 49% of you guys actually aren't subscribed to the channel, or that's at least what it tells me. And I am really trying to push this channel to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could help, if you could help just a small content creator hit his goal, I would really appreciate that. So maybe just have a little check if you guys have subscribed or not already. But I do really appreciate it. It helps me out more than you can ever imagine. But yeah, just wanted to touch upon that, sort of throw it in the middle of this episode. Let's carry on with where we left off. Okay, so picking up from where we left off then, obviously I left you guys and I had a £4 budget, as you guys know. And yeah, so we sort of have this Anthony, and we have obviously Almirón in season. You're allowed one classic card, so we just need 2 more in-season pieces. And we were obviously looking to sell Arango to potentially fund, because obviously if we sold Arango for around £3, then we'd have £7 that could definitely get us another in-season card. And then obviously we just have to scrape the pieces together to try and attempt to get another in season. But yeah, obviously if we can, I could obviously have a classic and an in season. So I'm not like particularly rushing to try and sell Eric and Espinoza. But obviously, as you can see, it makes sense for me to at least list Arango, because if we go into this sort of screen, the splash screen here, you can see we can already list a squad without Arango. Obviously in Classic this is, but yeah, so I thought Arango makes sense to just at least keep him on the list and see if he sells. But I will say we have been hit with a new announcement from Sorare. So I thought, why not quickly just show you guys in the video, sort of a live reaction to it, I guess. But yeah, so looks like they're boosting the prize pool, which is probably very bad timing for me anyway. But yeah, looks like you get 20 essence for hitting the threshold, 300 threshold for limited, which is obviously pretty good but bad, if you know what I mean. So obviously, if we look into the blog here, it's probably going to tell us more. But yeah, I think long story short, hit the score target. Each lineup wins £20 essence reward, which is obviously good. All limited. Okay, so you can do that with the classic card as well, which is very interesting. Yeah, which obviously makes me want to try and make sure we get an in-season squad ASAP, but obviously that is going to make the entire market think the same thing. So previously, where we were looking at maybe getting a Bravo yesterday, oh no, we're looking at maybe getting a Bravo yesterday for about £5, and well, £6 it would have been. He's now looking at a tenner, which is definitely not what I want to pay. We also have been looking at Jackson Ewell, if that's how you say his name, I'm not too sure. He looks fairly priced, and you can see we've got a bid here for £3.50. So obviously that's just in the budget, so we can afford to just get him in the gallery. And then this will allow us to potentially sell other people in the gallery if we get in another in-season card. Yeah, Jackson Newell, a bit of risk, but we were looking at players like Westwood as well, and I feel like it just makes more sense to go with Ewell as opposed to Westwood. I wonder how price. Yeah, see Westwood again about a five. I feel like Jackson's probably a better one. He's probably like less known, so hence why he's probably a little bit cheaper. So if we can pick up a Jackson for about £3 or £4, then obviously we're going to be one in-season away from completing an in-season lineup. So yeah, so that was sort of another midweek update from me regarding the new prize pool stuff, which is a good and a bad thing. Good because obviously it's going to help us in the series, but bad because it's going to drive the prices up, and obviously we don't have our squad yet. So yeah, interesting one. I know you guys will probably have a lot of opinions on this, but yeah, I think for me, I mean, you know, can't really complain at additional a prize pool boost. We're not going to complain, are we? But at the same time, the market is a bit steep, so this is only going to make it steeper. So yeah, we'll see. See where we're at next time we check in. Okay, so inevitably we have run into a bit of a problem, really. So I was late, as you can see, late night bidding on a Jackson UL, who we actually managed to win for, as you can see, £3.50. Now my only issue or problem is that you can see I've already listed him straight back up because I just found out that he's actually injured. So definitely not a good purchase from myself, but at least we did get a box, obviously, for winning the bid at £3.50. I will update the spreadsheet as well, so we now actually currently have no money, no money, as you can see. But obviously it is an in-season card, which we do need to be buying, obviously, to try and compete in the in-season competitions. But hopefully we can turn a profit on him, and maybe someone else doesn't realise that he's actually currently injured. Now I will say it's not actually known how long he is injured for, so this could not be a bad purchase, you know what I mean? But we're yet to sort of see. Obviously, he does play quite a lot, which is obviously a good thing, and at this price, not too bad. I think anything under a fiver right now seems to be pretty good. But he is currently the cheapest on the market, so hopefully we can turn a bit of profit with him. But yeah, I did want to show you guys obviously the box that we got from that. So we'll whack that one open. And we did manage to get. Oh, we actually managed to get another. Okay, we actually managed to get another in-season card. Which, wow, he's very young, isn't he? Interesting. So Julian Hall, I can't lie, I don't know that much about him. I was getting ready to add obviously extra essence to the sort of profit margins, but I guess we've got a player that's young, under 23, and he's actually played and he's 16. I don't know anything about him, so you boys are gonna have to let me know all in the comments. But I can't lie, this already makes my bid worth it, if we can manage to get a sale off, because that's just instant profit really on a man I don't really know anything about. We will list him probably for like £4.80 or so, and pray we get a sale, because then that's pure profit, and then we will definitely be able to play in season. Wow. Okay, so we got a little bit unlucky because we obviously bidded on a player, that yeah, obviously we bid on a player that so I can't even think now. I'm actually surprised I got a card like that. So I don't know the odds for that. I think it's quite low though. But yeah, so we bid on a player. Unfortunately, he's injured, so a bit of an L purchase. But hopefully we can sell for what we bought him for. Fingers crossed. And then we've managed to get super lucky and pick up a card that hopefully means we turn profit from a pretty bad investment. So we did get lucky. We bought in the promo. And yeah, let's update you when hopefully some stuff sells, we make some money, and we can move into perhaps an in-season side. Right, so it is the same day that we just opened that lovely card reward, and we have some good news and we have some bad news again. Now you can see on screen, when I was trying to buy Jackson or bid on him last night, you saw we won one, but I've just realised that someone accepted. Why, I don't know why they've accepted just £2 for him, which is kind of annoying. So we actually have two Jacksons now, which is obviously the bad news. Well, I don't know, because sure, hoping that I can sell him for profit here. I don't really know why. Yeah, anyway. So that's the bad news, I guess, is that we have two Jacksons now, and obviously he's injured, so that's not ideal. And the good news is we did already manage to sell Julian Hall, so obviously he wasn't in the gallery for very long. And you guys probably, will be saying, "Oh, you should have kept him" or something like that. But I can't lie to you, boys. £4.27 is just too good to pass up on a series like this when we're on a tight budget. So we will be adding £4.27 to the budget. Which would mean we're on £4.73, but unfortunately we have to minus £2 because we picked up another Jackson, like I said. So that sort of means that we're currently in an alright spot, because obviously, well, we've got two Jacksons, you can see here, obviously selling one for £3.90 and one for £4. I won't lie, I'll probably sell. Yeah, I'm just trying to sell them both. Hopefully, even if I could just get like £3 for both of them, obviously it'll be worth it. Because even if we pick up £3 for both of them, then we're gonna have like 8 odd quid. And then obviously, yeah, we can definitely pretty much afford an in-season team. So whilst I'm thinking about that, actually, I'll show you guys roughly what we're looking at right now in terms of like the setup. So we've got at the moment we sort of got this for in season, as you can see top left, and then this is sort of the classic at the moment. So ideally, obviously we sell both Jacksons, and then we also have the £2. So let's just say we have £8. Ideally, we fill out the in-season slots here with the £8, and then these are sort of just going to be the leftovers, and we'll attempt to build a classic team later down the line. But yeah, obviously, if all else fails, we will just pop these in-season pieces into the classic competition, no problems whatsoever. But I am attempting to get obviously the full in-season lineup, and I'm taking you guys along the journey. So yeah, hopefully my next update is me selling at least one of these Jacksons. God. Okay, so the Jackson saga has concluded, and we did manage to sell both of them last night. One of these was an offer, £3.13. Obviously, this was the one that I bought for £2, so pretty much instant profit. I'll just take it. Like I said, don't want to risk anything with him. And then we managed to pick up £3.80 for the one that we won on bid for like £3.50. So we definitely profited because obviously we got a card from this from buying the Jackson anyway. So we definitely profited from this whole transaction. We're going to work out exactly how much we do have. So £3.13 added to the bank and £3.80 added to the bank as well. And whatever we have left, so we have £9.66, and obviously we're going to use this to fill out the other positions as I showed you guys in the previous clip. We are making moves, ladies and gentlemen. So we picked up a Tolo for 50p, and the reason I've done that is, so obviously this is how we're looking at the moment, and I just put Tolo in here. Obviously I did have Espinoza, and I would prefer Espinoza, but I just need the funds, to be honest, to be able to complete this in-season side. So with that being said, we picked up Tolo for 50p. I have, as you can see here, I will update the spreadsheet now with you lot before I forget. So let's take away 0.5. There we go. So we have £9.16. And the plan. So we have sold. Well, not sold, but we've listed Espinoza and Arango. And obviously you can see Arango kind of does fit in this forward slot. So I'm not too eager to sell him, but like I said, I am more worried about this in-season side. So you guys are going to stay with me whilst I make a purchase for the next card that is going to be entering the gallery. So let me quickly find, there he is. So we're going to go ahead and pick up a Vitor Costa. The reason for doing that is obviously I did want to kind of stack with Daniel. Obviously, you know, I like double defensive, sort of same goalkeeper, same defender teams anyway. Looking at the Earthquakes, there wasn't that many great defenders to pick from, other than well, so obviously Rodriguez would be the pick of the bunch, which is obviously he's quite good, but he's like 20 quid, so obviously not going to happen. So I have a choice to make here. Obviously, I think in terms of this series, £2.89 makes sense to buy Costa here, but to be honest, I do have market credits, and obviously it's cheaper than £2.89 with my market credits. However, I didn't earn the market credits through through this series. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pay the £4 and whatever it is, £4 and 12 pence, and just take that off of the series total. But obviously it would be better for me to do it like this because I have the market credits, and obviously we get the box and stuff as well with it. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. I know it's kind of doesn't really make sense, but obviously I didn't earn the market credits with the series, so would be a bit cheating if I just said, oh, you know, he was £2.89. When realistically we did buy him now for £4 and 12 pence. So we do get a box from it, so we will take the £4 and 12 pence off of the total. So £4 and 12 pence. So we have £5 left in the budget, but we do have a box, so hopefully we can get some more essence. Lovely. So we pick up one more essence, so we've earned 4 essence now from the early access stuff. So now our lineup is looking a little bit like, there you go, Vitor Costa in there. So you can see we've got, yeah, pretty decent. So we've got at the moment where we're sort of leaving off here is we have £5 and we need 1 extra, but we also have of course Arango and Espinoza, which we haven't taken into account here. So we have everything you can see on screen here, £5 and Arango and Espinoza. So what's likely going to happen here is we use the £5 to fill out the extra position. We probably use Arango and then maybe just get a DMP goalkeeper or someone in there. Just so we have 2 squads. But yeah, we're making progress. We'll get there eventually, eh? We are back, and last but not least, Griffin Dorsey enters the gallery, and this is my last batch of recording for Almirons Army episode 2, because for those of you guys that don't know, I'm travelling home for the weekend, so obviously I do have to record and plug in the lineups before the weekend, or at least in advance. You can see we won him for £4.27, so we will update the spreadsheet. Minus £4.27. There we go. So we have 77p left, and I can't lie, nothing should change between now and deadline, I don't believe. Let's see how much essence we get. Another 2 essence, we'll take it. So we're on 6 essence back. So this is how we are going to be lining up for the first weekend. Now, I will obviously state, because this is the last time that I'll be recording for episode 2, or the series, should I say. You can see our predicament at the moment is sort of, so the only thing that might change, which obviously I will state now and touch upon in the next episode, is we currently have an Espinosa that is listed for £2.10. Now, you can see my budget is just a 77p. So if Espinosa does sell, obviously we're going to look to pick up that classic goalkeeper and put him in ahead of the first game week. Now, I don't know who it's going to be. Whoever I can get for that price is who I'm going to be putting in. And like I said, I can't record that before I put it in because I'm going away. But I will obviously talk about it right at the start of episode 3, just so you guys sort of are filled in with it. But these are going to be the 2 lineups. And then obviously the classic goalkeeper, hopefully we get in so that we can just play this team. Even if I will state as well, I think no matter what, I am going to get a goalkeeper, even if it's a DMP goalkeeper, because obviously the rules of the series mean that I could still get, if I submit this lineup, and I get 1 DA, then it will be worth it, because, say if I pay 40p for a player, but one of these gets a DA, then it's already £1 extra to the series. So no matter what, we will be getting a goalkeeper, and I'm just going to hope that Espinosa sells so I can actually get a goalkeeper that starts. Yeah, and in terms of who, I have no idea, but yeah, the thought process behind, now I'll be honest, Dorsey, so these 4 are kind of tactical. Dorsey, not so much. Obviously you can see he's 90% on to start, but my thought process is I do want a Tarbell at some point. And obviously Dorsey, we already have Shevchenko. Like, I don't know, it was kind of hard with the market. You know how it is, boys. It's hard to be getting players at this point, because of the competition and people all trying to buy them. So I just went with someone that's 90% on start in a defence that should be good. Maybe a little bit of an overpay for the likes of him, but I'll be honest, I just needed to complete the roster, to be honest. So yeah, we've got sort of like a San Jose defence with a bit of Houston in there, obviously Almirón, and then Portland Timbers in the attack, and then the classic is just going to be whatever it is. We're just going to throw it together, and obviously if I do put the DMP goalkeeper in here, I'll probably put Espinosa instead of Tolo. But yeah, that's what we're looking like ahead of game week 1. I'll plug it in with you lot so you can see the lineup. So yeah, we have got Almirón, sorry, Anthony. Oh, this is even the classic stuff, so we don't even have to be in classic anymore. So we'll discover new competition. We will go to division battle. We made it. We made it to in season. We didn't know if we were going to be able to, but we did make it in the end, which is always good. We got Costa, Almirón, Anthony, and Dorsey, and we'll captain Almirón, and there you go. So we're obviously not going to be able to compete for the 5 in-season stuff, but we are in season. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't expect this lineup to be, getting anywhere insane, but like I stated at the start of sort of this series, hopefully we can just get something. Like I said, we've got potential 100 bomb for Almirón, that will give us a fiver, and a DA will give us a quid. So hopefully we can at least make a quid from the series rules. But yeah, that is going to be all for episode 2 of Almiron's Army. Whoa, 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 whoa! Slow down, past Flynn. Slow down. So, I was about to outro in the last clip you guys just seen, because I thought I wouldn't have time to plug in a classic squad for the video, as I am going away, so I am, pre-recording this, as you guys know. But we did actually manage to complete the classic squad, so I did want to show you guys before we end off on today's episode, because I feel like I would have ended it and it wouldn't have been complete. I wanted to build all the squads in this episode, so that is what we are going to do. And you can see we completed the squad off with Roman Berkey, and I have updated the spreadsheet a bit, so I'm going to show you guys exactly everything that happened. So you can see that we have added a sticker book. So I'm going to just cover, so pretty much the similar to the Miggy scores that we're going to plug in here. We're going to put a little picture over and see how they scored. So this is everything. So I'm wrapping this all off. This is before game week 1. I feel like it's the perfect time to do so. And in terms of like the transactions and the things that went in and out and whatnot, how we managed to get Roman Berkey from obviously the past clip that you are seeing, is, where are we, here we are. So we managed to win a Dario Zupric on bid for £3.86, and then we flipped him on for profit very quickly at £6.65, and we also sold Espinoza for £1.96. So you can see, if you, again, this will be linked in the description, but you can see I've added and divided or taken away all of the things, and then the final purchase, you can see £5.12 being taken off is my purchase for Roman Berkey. It says, well, it says £5. Yeah, it was £5.12. So yeah, I just added that on. And yeah, so we have 40p left over. These are the two teams that we are going into the weekend with. I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a bit better. But yeah, these are the two teams we're going into the weekend with. Hopefully we can get some DAs and maybe a cheeky Almirón 100 bomb to help out the series. Yeah, so wish me luck, and in episode 3 we're going to be going over the results of the weekend, the rewards and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, bear with me guys, bear with me. But yeah, I have already seen that some of you guys have built your own spreadsheets and stuff for Almiron's Army, which is very sick. And obviously we're on episode 2, so this is going to be a long journey, so you guys feel free to join in along the journey, along the way, because we're just getting started here. And yeah, hope you guys do enjoy the episode. I know this one was a long one, obviously, because the discrepancy of episodes was longer. But yeah, with that being said, hope you enjoy. Please do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.